focus on one more aspect of interaction of the light forces and the dark ones. And this time we will talk about the way the light forces help stray souls that got stuck in the astral to ascend to a higher level of the subtle world. Sometimes human souls that left the physical level cannot break free from the astral captivity for a long time, since at the death their vibrations were too low. But if maternal soul sees that its particle has the chance to advance to another level of its development, it asks the higher powers to help it overcome obstacles on the way to higher dimensions and speed up the process of purification. In the near-Earth space there is a whole team of the light beings who help disembodied human souls to get used to the subtle world after they leave the physical level. Well, what exactly do they do? Before all, they sort these souls according to vibrations and accompany them to the level of the subtle world they can be pulled to at this particular moment. As you already know, during the first days after one physical body death, human soul is looking through all one life so as to learn the lessons of this incarnation. Sometimes it can be quite painful since all emotions are taken in a more vivid way in the raw end. Besides, one understands that even having realized one mistakes, one cannot improve the situation and help the people who suffered because of them. And then these souls are given a helping hand by light beings who relieve their sufferings and send them the energies of love and sympathy. Thereby they increase these souls' vibrations, preventing astral beings from seizing them. Unfortunately, my dear, everything that happens to you on Earth goes on after you leave the physical level as well, since the energy one consists of does not disappear but simply moves from the dense matter to the subtle one, as well as their conscience does that is part of this energy. The only difference is that human soul can communicate here only with the beings that are just as disembodied as it is itself now. Just as on Earth it is surrounded by good and bad people, so here it is surrounded by good and bad creatures, light and dark. And if astral beings are trying to make these souls their spoils, provoking these negative emotions just same way as on Earth, the light beings are doing their best to help them advance to a higher vibration level, since their next incarnation depends on it. Well, what does a disembodied human soul feel at the moment it realizes its mistakes? Most often it suffers and feels enormous guilt. But, as you already know, it is very low vibration energies that lower astral beings live on. And if it is a light and pure soul, the light beings lead its conscience to another direction, constructive one, helping it take the experience gained for granted, with love and gratitude, sometimes explaining cause-effect and karmic ties with other people. Thus, increasing this disembodied soul vibrations, they protect it from astral beings and help it move to higher levels where it will be able to enjoy the break for its further spiritual development at the subtle level of Earth this time. And at the next level this soul is met by another creature of light of higher vibrations. As you see, my dear, subtle level life is rather varied, while the light creatures assist people at all the level of existence. Today I would like to go on talking about the way the light forces help disembodied human souls to make the most of the period between incarnations so as to get them prepared for the next descent to the physical level in order to get some new experience they have not had yet. Why am I telling you about this only now? Before all, because right now at the subtle level there is in progress active preparatory work on pure and ancient souls for descent to the new Earth, this time to build a new society of the fifth dimension on it. And I would like you to be better aware of the role played in this process by the light forces. Thus, they participate most actively in the process of preparation of the fifth dimension Earth inhabitants and science even before their arrival at the physical level. And it happens as follows: those who for this or that reason left the physical level in recent decades but whose conscience was potentially ready for life in the fifth dimension are cared for by the light forces in a special way. Their souls are directed to a special place, some kind of a new Earth prototype that many call Maldana, and there these souls carry on with their spiritual work, being disembodied this time. Since they find themselves in the space of the fifth dimension, they have opportunity to experience everything that will be typical of people who get there in the physical body. To some degree they can be called pathfinders. It is especially true about those who left the physical level already being aware of transition and the new Earth that the best humanity representatives are to live on. And now a lot of light creatures have assumed the mission of assistance to such souls. Not only do they help them get used to the new life conditions, but they also offer the bravest and most courageous souls to get incarnated on your planet again so as to encourage and speed up the process of new society arrangement on the new Earth. And these souls will arrive at Earth with their memory preserved since till the moment they are born. Earth vibrations and those of many people will reach the frequency close to the fifth dimension, exactly where they will come from this time. So, how do the light forces help the souls arriving at Maldana? It is, first of all, in their intensified spiritual progress, and there are all the facilities necessary for that there. While in the dual life it is extremely hard for one to maintain high vibrations all the time, on Maldana in the unipolar world one's soul is almost in ideal condition. It can not only master the lessons learned during the previous life faster but can also have the glimpses of the future, the things it is to face during its next incarnation. And the light forces assist it in this because they feature the ability of projecting destiny timelines of disembodied souls, showing them all the possible developments. As a result, a soul chooses its further life itself, either to remain on Maldana providing people with energy support, or to return to Earth once again to help all the rest who are at the crossroads but whose souls have chosen ascension with their planet. As you see, my dear, everything has taken an unexpected course. Even being disembodied pure human souls take an active part in the crucial process of Earth transition to another dimension. And it happens with the light forces being directly engaged into this process, who leave no disembodied soul without their protection and concern. Today I will tell you about one more kind of light creatures who take most active part in Earth transition to the fifth dimension and assistance to humanity. You are accustomed to call them safeguard angels, but their influence on your life is actually much wider and, so to say, more volumetric. And this is what I mean by this word. Their sphere of influence is not limited just to protection of your personal energy space. It embraces much greater volume of space around you, your house, your family, your car, your office, in a word, everything or everybody you are directly connected with. During all your incarnation in the physical body, they take an active part in your life. They serve you in a dedicated and loyal way, trying to protect from any danger threatening you. By all the means available to them, they try to lead your thoughts and emotions the direction that will be most beneficial to your soul. They give your clues and hints all through your life way. In other words, they are the most reliable friends and assistants of yours who live at the subtle level and are connected to you by invisible energy channels. As you see, the principle of their interaction with people is the same as that of astral beings. It is energy ties. But how different they are in terms of the energy they convey. While astral beings do their best to bring you down to earth, your safeguard angels do everything possible to ennoble you. While the astral world influences your ego, the world of safeguard angels influences your soul. Thereby, some kind of balance is maintained between the material and spiritual aspects of human life. And thanks to this, the third dimension world duality is also manifested. Human life between heaven and earth. And any distortion of this or that kind can be very painful for one. For example, being completely plunged into the material world and isolated from God is fraught with the astral world total absorbing one, while complete alienation from the material world and plunging only into the spiritual world will prevent one's soul from learning the lessons planned by it before the incarnation. That is why safeguard angels sometimes interact with the upper astral beings if they see that the latter are trying to lead one astray from one path, and work out a common program of actions demarcating their authorities. Such compromises allow one to fit into the third dimension material world the best way, keeping harmony in soul and at the same time to feel protected and comfortable. As you see, my dear, even being embodied people do not lose connection with the subtle world even for a moment. Few people knowing about it though. Every minute you are closely watched by the creatures of the subtle level, and the thoughts and emotions you are generating right now determine the kind of beings you are attracting to your energy space. Thus, astral beings reinforce all your negative thoughts and emotions, while safeguard angels help you get higher every time you show your divine essence, emitting love and gratitude into the world. Always keep this in mind, for all your further life depends on it. Today I would like to offer you several practices that will help you establish contact with your safeguard angel. The easiest means of communication with him is a pendulum, and I know that many of you practice it already. But today we will make it a little more advanced so as to exclude the chance of astral beings connecting to you channel. As you know, the light forces can vibrate only at your upper chakras frequencies, the 7th and the 6th. As well as at your pineal gland. Astral beings vibrate starting from the 5th chakra and lower. That is why, before asking your safeguard angel a question, you should make sure that it is him you are really talking to, not with an astral imposter. Most often safeguard angels vibrate at the 6th chakra. It is this chakra that you should tune your pendulum to. And this is how you can do it. Having brought it to still state, by your imagination put it into the energy space of your 6th chakra. Feel it getting filled with this divine high vibration energy, and each time one by means of the pendulum swinging this or that way you receive his yes or no answer, By power of thought, place this answer to your third eye area. It will respond with pulsing or warmth if the answer was received from your safeguard angel indeed. While if you get no response to your question from your sixth chakra but one of your lower chakras echoes, it means you are talked to by an astral being. In this case you should immediately make your energy space purified, set energy shield, and only after that make another attempt to communicate with your safeguard angel. And there is one more practice that can become a great help to you in communication with your safeguard angel. It will be more suitable for those of you who have already learned to receive information from the subtle level in a telepathic way. In this case you do not need any auxiliary tools, since as a receiver of information from your safeguard angel there will function your upper chakras and pineal gland, any one of them or the whole golden triangle. Before you ask a question, ask your safeguard angel to show at the physical level the way his presence is perceived by your divine sense organs, and only after you feel their response, you can contact your safeguard angel, receiving information from him by means of clairvoyance, clairaudience, or by getting an energy information package. So as to make sure you have understood him right, by power of thought you can put your safeguard angel answer into the energy space of your upper chakras and then ask him to confirm the information by some sign, for example, by distinct feeling in either of the chakras. And one more tip, my dear, never be impatient to get the answer and never program it in advance. It is also essential you are calm and balanced while communicating with the subtle world. Switch off your mind and confide in your soul. It is only your soul that can hear your safeguard angel correctly. And do not get discouraged if you fail to establish contact with your heavenly patron straight away. It is often your impatience that results in the fact that instead of your safeguard angel you are talked to by astral beings, leading you astray from the straight and narrow. And let your divine chakras become the very indicators that will help you avoid mistakes and keep your channel of communication with the subtle level clean. I bless you and love you immensely. Father Absolute spoke to you.